I was like, well, that's what he told me. And he was like, and you believe that? I'm like, yeah, I mean, at that time, I did. He was just like, that does not make sense whatsoever. He was like, I really don't want to train with him no more. I'm like, Ronnie, just, you gotta stay the course, because if you stop training with him, he gonna know something up, because, like, he gonna know. He was just like, but I really don't want to train with that nigga. I'm like, but you're not really training with him. You're training with me. He's like, but we training under his name. I'm like, but you're training with me for right now. Okay? When I give you that green light, you can cancel your subscription. Like, you can. I promise you can. But wait till I give you that green light. Okay? Do not want to make him suspicious. He was just like, oh, I can't stand that bitch. I can't wait till you get back. I can't stand that bitch. I never could stand his ass. I'm like, I know. Yeah, that's everybody. He was like, have you talked to your mom and them about it? I was like, well, I told Brittany about it. I talked to Brittany, and I told Brittany that I was going to come home, but don't tell mom. And he was just like, so what about your friend that you got up there? What's her name? Jasmine. What about her? I was like, I hadn't told her yet, but we supposed to be going to brunch, and I'm gonna talk to her, about it over brunch, because I don't like to text her, because D be trying to go through my phone and shit. He be going through my phone a lot now, so I can't text her none of that, because I ain't got time for another Keisha situation. So he was like, okay, and as I continued to talk to him, I had the monitor pulled up. I'm sent the monitor to the security system so I can see the cameras outside, so I can know when to get here, because it was getting around the time that it's time for him to come home. So I'm sitting there on the phone running. I'm rolling up his tree for him, like getting everything set, cooking his dinner and everything, taking my shots. And then I see Dee's truck pull up on the side of the house, in the little driveway or whatever not. And I'm just like, all right, Ronnie, the bear is here. He was like, ugh, I can't fucking stand him. Ugh. I'm like, yeah, I know. But he's home. So let me get off the phone. I'm going to text you your workout. As soon as I get done giving this nigga his plate and I'm in the room, you're going to have your workout, okay? He was just like, all right, love you. Like, love you too. And then we hung up. When he hung up the phone, like, I'm finishing up Dee's dinner. And Dee walk in the house. And he was just like, hey. I'm like, hey. He was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah. Everything fine. Everything good. It was like, all right. And then he went in the bathroom, smoked, showered, came out. When he came out, his plate was on the table, because I didn't feel like handing him his fucking plate, because, like, nigga, you're not no king. Why you keep getting king treatment? Like, I'm not gonna hand you your fucking plate. So I set his plate on the table. So when he came out the shower, I was in the room. I was like, hey, I set it on the table because I need to run in here and take my medicine. Because at this time I was taking seizure medicine, well, preventative to prevent seizures, and also a migraine medication as well, to like kind of keep my migraines under control, because every time I would have a migraine, like I said, my right eye would turn in towards my nose, and my left eye would stay straight, and my vision would be double. So they put me on a new headache medication, and then they put me on a seizure medication I'm supposed to take at night. So I'm like, I'm in here taking my medication, and I said, I put your food is on the table. He was like, all right. And then I heard him grab the plate, and I stepped to the doorway. I was like, hey, you need anything from me? He was just like, you had any leaks today? I'm like, no. Anybody reached out about training or consultation? I'm like, that same guy that been reaching out. He was like, what guy? I'm like, the guy from Facebook, the same one that been reaching out, the one that you done had like 2 consultations with. He was like, what he want this time? I was like, he said he want to sign up. And he's like, okay, is he signing up? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, okay, send him a message. I'm like, send him a message and say what? Like, all right, you done had 2 consultations, sign up. And I'm just like, okay. He's like, can you do that right now? I'm like, okay. So I ended up, I pulled out my phone, right? And when I pulled out my phone, they would say, let me see your phone. I'm like, I thought you wanted me to send a message. He was just like, nah, I'll send it. I was like, then what you need my phone for? He was like, let me send it from your phone. I'm like, why you gotta send it from my phone? You're not sending it from you trying to send it from my Facebook? He was like, no, I'm gonna send it from the business page Facebook. I'm like, what? Why you gotta use my phone? It's like, why are you worried about why I gotta use your phone? What you got in your phone? I'm like, I ain't got nothing in my phone, D. Here you go. There you go. Here you go. He was like, okay. Handed him my phone. I had already had the message, like right there anyway, when you go to the messages, because I was showing Ronnie the messages. So I already had the messages up. So he was strolling through. I was like, look, it's right there. Right there. That one right there. He was like, I know where it said Slim. And I looked at him. And he was just like I said, I know where it said. And I'm still looking at him. And he's still looking at me. And I'm like, are you going to click on it and send a message? He said, I am. When you in the room taking your medicine? I'm like, yeah, I took my medicine. I was in the room taking my medicine. So that means that medicine's already been took. Like, what the fuck? That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm not saying that out loud. So I look at him like, I just took my medicine. I took it. So, I mean, like, what's up? I'm like, send a message. You gonna send it? Send it. He was just like, go in the room. I'm like, okay. And I reached out my hand to get my phone, and he like pulled my phone back. He said, I said, go the fuck in the room. And I'm like, key battles, choose them wisely. Please choose your battle wisely, because you about to be out of here. This nigga don't know you about to be out of here. Just choose your battle wisely, stack your money, get the fuck out. You don't care about this nigga anyway. Like, I mean, you care about him, but you're not finna keep dealing with this shit anyway. So just do what he say. Just do what he say. So I go in the room, and while I'm in the room, I'm just like, if this nigga trying to go through my phone, he not gonna find nothing. Because you done gave me hours to delete shit. And as you guys can see, I delete stuff anyway. I take my screenshots and I send them to a secret folder. So you're not gonna find anything in my phone. So maybe like 10 minutes went by, and he was like, Tiana. And I get up and I walk outside. I'm like, yes, massa. He was just like, what the fuck you just say to me? I said, yes, massa. He was like, nigga, I ain't no fucking slave on him. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, all right, okay. If you say so, this feels like a plantation to me at this point. I get whipped when I do all the work around here, and you don't do nothing, but all right, whatever. I'm like, what's up? What's up? He was like, I sent it. It's like, okay, did he say anything back? He was like, not yet, but you can have your phone back. And I'm like, okay. So I get my phone and I look at the message that he sent. I'm just like, that ain't too bad. You kind of did sound like you had an attitude, but I can understand why you was a little frustrated, because, you know, you did give him 2 free fitness consultations and he hadn't signed up yet, and he keeps asking to, you know, for another consultation. And in my mind, I'm just like, nigga, he really just trying to see you. But that's neither here nor there, because my best friend just put me on game to what you are. So it made sense now. So I get my phone back, and I'm just like, all right, can I go now? I really need to go to sleep, because I'm starting to get a headache. He was like, if you weren't doing all that damn drinking, you wouldn't have a headache. And in my mind, I'm just like, if you weren't such a fuck nigga, I wouldn't have to goddamn drink. But he's neither here nor there. I'm rolling with it at this moment. So I look at him, I'm just like, okay, can I go to bed? He was like, take your ass on in there. I'm like, okay. I go in, lay down, go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, walk out, take the kids to school. After I got back from taking them to school, because up north, like, yes, we're in May, but up north, they don't get out of school until June. That's why I kept saying July. I'm leaving in July, because the kids didn't get out of school till June, and I didn't want to like unenroll them from school, because I'm like, they almost finished with school. So I'm just wait it out. That's why I kept saying July. So took them to school, came back to the house, and D was just like, what you doing today? I was like, well, I'm going to do some dashing. He was like, yeah, because the account's looking pretty low, and we got things that we need to cover. I was like, okay, D. Like, I know. He was like, I was thinking about buying some land. I'm like, buying land? He's like, okay, I was looking at some land. I'm like, land? Land where, D? He was just like, I don't know. I feel like we should buy some land, like some good land that we can put the gym on. And I'm like, you know what? That is a good idea. That's a great idea. We should. And he was like, yeah, we should do that. I mean, because, we do have some money that we can put on the land. I'm like, we ain't got no money. Key got money. Why the fuck you keep saying we when it comes to Key's money?